So, could erectile dysfunction medications actually help your heart or even lower your risk of death? Hey, Dr. Blackwell here, Panavita RX. This is a wild study with some really crazy findings, and the conclusions might not be what you think though, even though the data is pretty wild here. So let's jump in. So this is a real interesting study looking at basically saying, hey look, could taking Viagra or Cialis improve your heart health, and could it actually improve your chances of living, decrease your risk of dying? Okay, so they took a lot of information over a long period of time. The Journal of Sexual Medicine is where this is reported. Over 70,000 men, looking at men with erectile dysfunction, guys who have vascular risk factors, heart risk factors, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, things like that, and collected this data over 14 years. And so what they did is they essentially said, well, let's look at guys who are taking these PDI5 inhibitors, which is phosphodiesterase enzyme number 5 inhibitors, which is Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, Stentra, these medications, and said, well, guys who have had, they called it an exposure. It's like guys who've had an exposure to one of these kind of drugs versus guys who have not had exposure. Basically, guys who are using Viagra, Cialis, and the like, and their generics for erectile dysfunction, guys who are not. And they just said, let's divide them up and let's see what we get. So the results, which are absolutely wild, is that men who were using the medications had a 13% lower chance of major heart problems, heart attacks, strokes, big deal, gets better. 39% lower risk of heart-related death, which is kind of important. And then a 25% lower chance of dying from any cause, what we call all-cause mortality, cancer, neurodegenerative disease, trauma, everything else.